Welcome to Big Red Leads. I'm Big Red, getting you and your business back to black. Today, I want to talk to everybody about something about maturity. How mature are you? How mature are you as far as where you were, let's say, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, say 15 years ago? Have you matured? Like, do you have emotional reactions to things that are truly irrelevant to your well-being, your growth of you, your business, your family, friends? Are you more of a reactionary person, or do you simply just respond? What makes you tick? And what I mean by that, let's go a little further and deeper into this question. What makes you tick? What makes you have or activates an emotional response? As technologically advanced as we are the most spiritually immature creatures on the planet. Now, if you're watching this on your iPhone, your Android, computer, your laptop, wherever you're watching this, please understand how advanced we are. Even just 10 years ago, go back 15 years ago, 20 years ago. How advanced we are, but yet spiritually we are in the gutter. Not only are we not connected to the ancestors and we're not connected to what's real and what's important, understand that everything that is outside of you in the physical, I mean human to human, that's real, but outside, everything physically, more along the lines of everything that is material, is not real. The spiritual side of you is the realest thing ever. And what are we speaking about? We're speaking about the growth and the quote unquote versus that goes on in today's society and in the world today. Most people are dealing with issues because they have not dealt with the self knowledge or the psychological knowledge to actually step into who they are, learn from their weaknesses and their strengths, and become a stronger version, a better version of yourself. We're too busy caught up in the quote unquote this knowledge that a lot of people use the phrase applied knowledge. Well, applied knowledge deals with nothing more than the physical, because you either learn something along the way in the skill and you learn how to do it, and then you do it again and it becomes a pattern. Such as, like, just a few things, just give you a couple examples. Changing a tire, that's applied knowledge. Changing the sheets and the blankets on your bed, that's applied knowledge. All these things are applied. Learning how to type up a report at your, let's say at your job, and presenting it to the supervisors or your bosses, whoever, that's applied knowledge. When you start talking about the psychological and the spiritual knowledge that is already within you, and recognizing that, there is a level of maturity that you go through that you simply do not allow and do not want, and you do not make yourself available to drama. People's emotional outburst. You having outburst. Losing yourself in a moment emotionally, when in fact you know deep down that it's not good for you. There are a lot of things out here that simply activate who you are, in the sense of just engaging in an activity outside of the materialism that usually comes with it. Engaging in an activity that simply just activates you and energizes you in a way that you rarely ever feel. The problem with that is we get too caught up in the materialism that came along with that activity that we don't see the spiritual realm or the spiritual side of it, or the side of it that actually connects us to the truest form of ourself, and marrying the two sides of your brain. The left side of your brain with the logic and the control, and the creative and the chaotic side of your brain, which is the right side. Marrying the two will not only raise your vibration, but it will raise your self-awareness and your maturity level to a point where you start to recognize things before they even happen. Situations and scenarios that pop up, you see it before it happens. You're tapping into something that is higher than you. Why is it that all, like, tribes, certain tribes in Africa, certain places like Kenya or Nigeria, these tribes that have been around for hundreds of thousands, if not millions of years, why is it that they're so connected to family and spirit? Because understand, energy does not die. It does not die. It simply transforms. So when somebody is afraid of death, understand what that is. You have not spiritually matured. Death is not the end. Physical death. When I lost my brother, I can honestly say I was not as mature as I am today. I'm very mature in the sense of knowing myself. That comes with self-knowledge. I've done the work. Have you done the work for yourself to see where you need to improve, to see where you are emotionally imbalanced? Because we're talking about the yin and yang of your own mind and soul, spirit. This affects everything. Yes, we deal with mainly business and life scenarios when it comes to this particular channel, but understand what we do. We are working on the self image, the self knowledge of self, moving that and marrying that with the intellect and the logical side of you, which comes together and helps you create and be logical in the sense of, how is my business going to make money? All this stuff is connected. Most people are too connected to the nonsense, and this is why so many social media sites are so popular, is because people post things that they're not really doing, and they're not really in. The shiny thing is what gets the attention. Most people have probably, either, if they have not already stopped this video, they're not even thinking about it because they're on to the next thing. To see where you are within yourself, considering that over 80% of people are addicted to some screen as of today, where are you? Can you sit with yourself for 10 minutes without touching a screen? Turning on TV, laptop, computer, your cell phone, iPad. Can you sit with yourself and just your thoughts? For a lot of people, this is... I've literally seen people have almost like a reaction that is almost scary, because they're in fear of being with themselves in just a moment with just your thoughts. Understand, your brain is going to try to protect you in every way. However, it's also going to talk you out of doing some things that you know is needed in the space. Your energy is what connects you to the other person, another person, to your family, to your friends. That's what connects people and draws people in. If you don't want drama in your life, stop attracting drama. In other words, you're being dramatic somewhere in your life. Why are you complaining about stuff? Why are you complaining about anything? You do the best with what you have, and you continue to work on yourself. That's where the real growth and maturity comes into play. I know where I want to be, but are you willing to do the work that it's going to take you to get there? Most people are not. It's just a fact. I want the shiny thing, I want the lifestyle, but I'm not willing to put in the work to get it. Where does that work? Is this what we're doing now? We are getting, slowly but surely, it's actually happening at a very fast rate. It's not even funny now. We're getting so far away from spirit, what's real, and moving more into the materialism and the concepts and ideals that do not benefit us in any way. We have become super, super emotional and have cut off this part of our brain and simply cutting off a piece of ourselves by not marrying the two. You are chaotic. You are logical. You are controlled in a lot of ways, and you are creative in a lot of ways. Understand, you are all these things. You are not one monolithical thing. So look a little deeper within yourself and see where you are and see where you have matured. And ask yourself a few questions. How do you go about this? How do you go about this, beginning this process? Understand, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some effort on your part. See where you are coming up short in not having the ability to communicate with another human being. Not being able to communicate with nature. How about connect with nature? Understand who you are and what this melanin means. What is it here for? This absorbs information. Everything you need to know about you, you already have inside of you. So trust and believe in that if you're going to believe in anything. Like, share, definitely subscribe to the channel. This is Big Red Leads. Have a great day. Nothing but the best. Support your brother and sister if you see them moving in a direction that is benefiting them to be better people.